Hey, Mountain Kids, this is Rob Boyd with a little more outdoor core for you. Well, for all of you, but certainly you third grader, you're the Mammal Kids. And this morning, today is February the 6th, 2021, wintertime. It's quite warm out. And now that it's a little bit later in the day, I found another set of fox tracks that somehow happened probably in the last hour, because I was out here this morning following some that didn't leave very much of an impression. But the nice thing about later on in the day when the sun warms up is that not only will it take in people tracks more deeply, it'll also take in the fox tracks. So I thought we'd cruise on out here and check these out. It's always a little bit hard to see them completely, but definitely from the size, they are 2 inches or less in width, a little bit oval, and I can see the nail marks kind of up in the front edge of it, so I am positive this is a fox track right here. And yeah, there's some good nail marks in that one right there, you can see. Again, the snow is changing all the time with the warmth, and so it really messes around. And also you can see that the distance between from one track to the next is still about that 12 inches, about a ruler. And of course, foxes are not all the same size, just like grown adults. A grown fox can range a little bit in size with both the size of its paws and its pads. Remember, when we're looking at tracks, though, we're looking at the size of the track and the shape of the track to help us identify it, and then we can get a little bit further along. But definitely some cool tracks right here. A lot deeper, definitely more epically fox. But the cool thing here is we also have another track that just crossed this. It probably came a little bit earlier. Definitely wasn't at the same time, and this fox just kind of kept on going and going and going and going all the way across my yard. But very cool there. But then over here, this track is a classic squirrel track, most likely a gray squirrel. Actually, I'm positive it's a gray squirrel. And one of the things that you can see about this track is just, again, that pattern of how it hops. It's not hopping like a kangaroo or a bunny. The way that it hops is it hops off of its rear legs, off of its rear feet right here, jumps forward, has its front feet land here, and then its rear legs come up in front of it to set up for the next hop and hop and hop as it's heading over here to this ponderosa pine tree. And actually, this was where I first saw that track, when I came out here to sit in the sun in this chair under the tree and have a little bite to eat. So anyway, tracks are going on everywhere. Remember, early in the morning when the ground is frozen, unless it's a very heavy animal, you're not going to get enough of an impression to really identify a track and be able to do much tracking. But later on in the day, by late morning, early afternoon, that changes a lot. I'm just going to switch back over here to this fox track. You can fall down. And very cool to find some good tracks. This one's oriented a little bit better in the sunshine, so I'm going to just zoom in a little bit more. And yeah, you can really see those 4 toe pads. And at least with this gray fox track here, we can see kind of where the toe pads are in relationship to the heel pad, the back pad, and that's a really good view right there. So taking it on in, and then remember, one of the things you can get into after you identify what it is that you can ask those other questions. What's it doing? Where is it going? When did it leave the track? So, I can answer some of those questions. And if I took the time to follow this, I could go even further and follow it. But interestingly, my morning fox track right here is going basically the same pattern, the same direction. And I know it's not the same fox, or I'm highly likely that it's not. It wouldn't circle all the way back. But one thing, even though our wild mammal species are adapted to walk on the snow and be in the snow, it's easier, just like it is for us, to walk on the bare ground. And so a lot of times you'll find that wherever there's an open patch, the fox will leave the snow and it'll move onto the bare ground and continue on its way. And a lot of times it would seem like from that direction it might come over here, but it's much harder travel, slower travel to be in the snow. And so then it just shut down my plowed road. So anyway, mountain kids, remember, you got to get up, you got to get out, and you got to get into it if you want to be that mountain kid and know your big backyard. So take good care.